Good morning. This is Lorenzo YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing all our videos and all our contents. I hope they are informative, they are interesting, and they are meeting your needs. Feel free anytime to contact us or call us or just chat us, put on the comment section some questions that be bothering you, especially if it has to do with aviation, and we'll be happy to answer you and we'll be happy to learn and grow together. On the last video, we spoke about fuel dumping, fuel jettisoning, throwing away fuel in flight, and we just touched briefly on it. Today, we're going to be dwelling in the area of fuel dumping in the aspect of why do we even need to dump fuel in flight? Why do you need to carry fuel and then go and dump it in flight? As we all know, airplane is a machine just like your car in the house, which can break down at any time without notice. So, an aircraft can be good before takeoff, before taxiing, and immediately after takeoff or during your takeoff last phase, when you have exceeded your V1 speed, what we call decision speed, you might encounter engine fire, or you might lose pressurization, or a more stringent abnormality or emergency situation might occur in that your takeoff phase, which will warrant your coming back to base, especially if it's a long haul flight. Let me create a scenario. Let me simulate an example. Take for instance, you are doing a flight from Lagos to London Heathrow. Okay, we are too familiar with London. Let's say you are doing a flight from Lagos to New York, US. And the flight maybe, let's say for instance, is about 7-8 hours. And immediately after your takeoff, you lost pressurization. And obviously, in flight, pressurization is very, very important. And you can't survive without pressurization for the long haul flight of about 7 to 8 hours. So the best option in this kind of situation is for you to come back to base or for you to divert to your takeoff alternate. One of our videos will mention an alternate, what to call takeoff alternate. That's it. An alternate you use if it becomes impossible for you to return back to your airport of departure. And takeoff alternate is usually required when your flight is more than 1 hour. So in this case, you are doing Lagos to New York, which is obviously more than 1 hour, yes. And you lost pressurization. Maybe you lost one of the packs, air conditioning packs. For those who are not aviators, they are things that pneumatics, like supply oxygen and ventilation in the aircraft. In most aircraft like the E2, the 737s, they have two packs, and with one pack with one pack not working, there are certain limitations you can fly, and that is not favorable for a long haul flight, which is about 7 hours, and you have to be flying at a very high altitude, because already when you have one pack inoperative, that means your altitude is already limited. That's standard. Now imagine that, and you have to divert to your takeoff alternate, right? Now, on diverting to your takeoff alternate, when you make all your calculation, you discover that because of the fuel you take that is going to carry you for the next 7 to 8 hours, you have now exceeded the maximum landing weight of the aircraft because of the weight of the fuel. So, as such, you need to reduce the aircraft so that the landing gears, the tires, can carry the weight of aircraft on touchdown, on landing. So, the only option remaining is for you to jettison fuel through the jettisoning nozzle. I told you it's towards the wing side of the aircraft. So it's for you to throw off fuel. So for you to do that, you need to move to their safe zone where you can dump fuel. When you throw away some tons of fuel to fall within the structural landing weight as stipulated by the manufacturer of the aircraft. Don't forget there are structural weights of the aircraft. We have maximum takeoff weight, maximum landing weight, maximum zero fuel weight. These are weights by the manufacturer that these aircraft should be operated on. The maximum takeoff weight is the weight you must not exceed on takeoff. Maximum landing weight is the weight you must not exceed on landing. Maximum zero fuel weight is the weight you must not exceed when the aircraft does not have fuel, when it has zero fuel, but you have loaded cargo, passenger, and everything. So that's it. So in that kind of scenario, the only option remaining is for you to jettison fuel, for you to go to a safe zone and dump fuel. In removing, for instance, you took about 20 tons of fuel and the aircraft exceeded the maximum landing weight by about 10 tons. So when you go there and you dump about 10 tons, you see that your aircraft will fall within the maximum landing weight and you are not safe to come back and land. So that's the little I will share with you, because this is basically aircraft performance. You actually need to check that. You need to check all these things in your calculation as a dispatcher, as a pilot. If some pilots think they don't need this information, not until you're flying in private jets or corporate airlines, where you have to do all these performances yourself. You don't have to allow a dispatcher, or you don't even have an experienced dispatcher to do all these calculations for you. So in our next video, we'll be explaining more on performance implication of long haul flights and short haul flights, how like regulated takeoff weight and some other condition affects your performance, affects how high, how low the aircraft can climb. Thank you so very much for coming with your questions, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and keep sharing Lorenzo YouTube channel. Cheers. Good morning and win today.